J. Bob. Recently, Anita said to me, she said, John, what you're doing in your poetry is documenting the relationship of the lover and beloved. And I had to consider that. I had to think about it. I thought back to all the poetry I've written where the lover and the beloved appears in the lines of poetry, the relationship. So I wanted to read today something that puts it all in perspective. And it's a discourse, a short discourse that Meher Baba gave in Guru Prasad in May of 1961. And most of you know this, but it's one that I think should be read out again and again, because it says it all. It says what we're here for. It's titled The Lover and the Beloved. God is love, and love must love. And to love, there must be a beloved. But since God is existence infinite and eternal, there is no one for him to love but himself. And in order to love himself, he must imagine himself as the beloved, whom he as the lover imagines he loves. Beloved and lover implies separation, and separation creates longing, and longing causes search. And the wider and the more intense the search, the greater the separation, and the more terrible the longing. When longing is at its intensest, separation is complete. And the purpose of separation, which was that love might experience itself as lover and beloved, is fulfilled, and union follows. And when union is attained, the lover knows that he himself was all along the beloved whom he loved and desired union with, and that all the impossible situations that he overcame were obstacles which he himself had placed in the path to himself. To attain union is so impossibly difficult because it is impossible to become what you already are. Union is nothing other than knowledge of oneself as the only one. It's from the Everything and the Nothing. This first I wrote on Silence Day. Treasure. Found or not, the treasure is here. The sun beats gloriously, whether we see it or not. Your abundance inundates all and everything. You break through the iron bars of illusion. Your voice is heard by the inner ear. Your glance turns dust into gold, even from a corner of your eye. Talk is worthless where you are concerned. Words spoken, words silent. Does the lover's heart know anything else but separation from the beloved? You are always here, so why am I separated from you? I tell you everything. You hold me in the palm of your hand. I am a rock when you are indifferent to me. Favor me with your sweet nazar. Make me an ever-flowing river. You make me babble like a stream. Someday I will travel to your ocean. Whatever you make me, I will become. Whether nothing or everything, it is all your whim. There is no end to illusion. There is no end to imagination. Today, I will forget all of this. I will remember only you. This next one explains itself. I have a photo beside my bedside table of Baba at Guru Prasad standing and waving. This poem's titled, Always Waving. On a small table beside my bed is a framed photo of you. You are waving. You are always waving. Good morning and good night. Hello, hello, and hello. I can't help myself. I wave back at you. The glass on this photo has been touched countless times. Touching your feet again and again. I smile at you and you smile at me. When the world becomes too serious, when the news is not fit to print, I remember you standing there, always waving, always smiling. The truth is that when I need reassurance, when I don't trust the fragility of my vision, I walk back to that room. I sit on the bed and you greet me. I carry this with me throughout the day. You are beside me during the lengthening night. I lift my arm and my hand moves. You and I are waving, always waving. Forever grateful. Since I have become your slave, I remain your slave. I do not take this for granted. I try to follow your every command. Whenever I stray, whenever I roam, you reel me back to you, like a kite on a string. Forever thankful I am, forever grateful to you. What you are giving defies my imagination. Servitude is your great gift. Who could possibly understand? The more you take from me, the more you give to me. Maybe it is the same thing, this giving and taking. I only know this life is worth living. You say it is a divine art to keep a smile on one's face, to always remain cheerful. I walk the dotted line. Any seasoned tightrope walker will tell you, you always look forward. If you falter, if you fall, there is no doubt the beloved is there. Gone fishing. This just sort of reminds me of those old cartoons from childhood where you'd see a sign on a door that said "Gone Fishing." Fishing for compliments. Fishing for the big one. Gone fishing. I cast my line in the water. Standing in the stream, surveying the light, watching algae wave into light, seeing shadows manifest on slippery rocks, the zigzag of minnows darting, the occasional touchdown of a dragonfly, the sibilance of nature's song. I stand still as the world flows by. I watch a fish jump, flashing brown, striped, glistening. I hear the splash. Light reflects on the ripples. I am forgetting so much. All that preceded this. The storm and tumult, the detritus of worldly life. The sand, silt, and stones shift beneath my toes. I am brought back to this moment. My heart rises in my chest. The only compliment I would ever want, the only compliment worth fishing for, your voice in my inner ear. I love you, hook, line, and sinker. This poem got its title. A friend of mine had written me back about a poem I had written and said it was a masterpiece. So the title of this poem is Masterpiece. A friend told me I had written a masterpiece. What could I possibly say? I dedicate everything to you. You are my inspiration. You are my right hand. I am a normal man. I have normal abilities. I am documenting our relationship, a divine romance between lover and beloved. You give me the words, phrases, even titles. You give me the feeling, the intent. I shape them into a bouquet of flowers. I garland you with each word. This has become my life. I nurture the seeds you give me. I nourish them with your love and care. The blossoms are placed at your feet. I always tell you I can do better. By your grace, I always will. You give me this very line. You are the ink, pen, and paper. I will continue on this way, as long as my right hand can hold a pen, as long as you whisper in my ear. After all, you are master, I am peace. This next one just sort of took its own direction. It took its own way, own path. I'd been thinking about Merwan Jesawala and how he was the embodiment of remembrance of Baba. And when I was with him, around him, That's what I experienced. So this poem sort of gets there in sort of an odd way, but it's titled Seashell and Saint. Baba referred to Merlin Jesawali. He said, if you want to see a real saint, there he is. Seashell and Saint. Even as a child, I was persistent, always searching the seashore for seashells. Low tide and high, dunes and tidal pools, I explored. I was a seeker. You, the creator, the fashioner, gave homes to these creatures, ingenious and beautiful, protective and preservative. Whelk, conch, scallop, sand dollar. The ocean gives and takes. Whatever is no longer of use is thrown back on the beach. Never did I find what I was looking for. Treasure for boys like me. The only magnificent examples I found were paging through magazines and books. It was a vast mystery to me, where to look and where to find. My youthful exuberance eventually forgotten as life's tides rolled in and out. The Neptunian orchestra continues playing, the lonely cries of circling gulls, the deafening roar of wave upon wave, an ancient fugue with infinite variations. Later, I met a man in a faraway land, a quiet, kindly, unassuming man. He spoke, but somewhat reluctantly, his whole life spent repeating your name. He appeared to be just an ordinary man, except for his preoccupation. He himself had become a living shell. No ornamentations, no attachments. All day he would take your name. He became the embodiment of remembrance. He revealed to anyone sitting close to him the secret of this treasure. I wait for you. It comes and it does not. As a sudden breeze stirs the leaves, it is here and then gone. I wait for you, enduring all. Like a summer shower that drenches some, leaving others dry as dust. I wait for you, enduring all. I have my memories. They bring a quickening to my pulse. Time past and time unpast. I wait for you, enduring all. When the bow becomes too taut, the arrow finds sweet release. This distance cannot be calculated. I wait for you, enduring all. Last night I heard an angel singing. Tears soaked my sleeping pillow. When I awoke, I could not recapture this feeling. I wait for you, enduring all. I no longer see myself in the mirror. Whatever happened to that man I once was? I know he is near, and very far. I wait for you, enduring all. Eternity is not too long to wait. There is no time for you and me. You, beloved, are always here. I wait for you, enduring all. My every breath. I dedicate my every breath to you. May each breath say the sweet sound of your name. May that name enter my ear and reside within. May it become the inner dweller in the temple of my heart. May your name become a field of flowers, forever nodding and bowing before you. May these flowers become a garland, always gracing your lovely neck. May your name be always with me. Let it encircle me with your light. May it be my constant companion. May it be my omnipotent protector. May your name become incorporated, a partner to my heart and lungs, residing there through thick and thin, through all the days of my life. May I remember you in this second, and every second that ever follows, and may that be my beginning. Let it be my very end. For you are the power and the glory. You are my life and my life story. You are my everything and nothing. Beloved Meher Baba, you are God and beyond God. Divinity School. I never attended Divinity School. I cannot tell you how many angels dance on the head of a pin, how many hairs are on my beloved's head. The pursuit of knowledge is a slippery slope. Distinctions separate and divide. No need for chapter and verse. Understanding has no meaning. Don't want to hear about Old Testament dudes. Their words are as dry as dust. Don't bother me with the New Testament either. Words are just words and carry no meaning. Intellect must go. The heart must come. There is never much talking in the school of love. After all, what can you say? Don't worry, be happy is more than a mere suggestion. It carries with it the gift from the beloved. One who obeys does the will of the beloved. Everything is contained in the ocean. The beloved awakens the self. When obedience reaches its zenith, the star of surrender is attained. This star shines brightest in all of God's creation. It signifies the brightest truth. Lover and beloved are one. This was from a dream a few weeks ago, just before I woke up. titled Dreaming. I caught a fleeting glimpse of you before I opened my eyes this morning. You were resting, eyes closed, your hair long and beautiful. I was standing over you, wondering where you were, wondering where you are. Are you sleeping? Are you dreaming? You were smiling. I couldn't help myself. I was smiling too. You told me a secret. That you were dreaming me. I found this reassuring. I felt an intimate connection. The beloved dreaming his lover. The lover dreaming his beloved. I cannot begin to fathom this. It is so difficult returning from the infinite dream, re-entry to the dream of daily life. I will not ponder this. I will not belabor this. I will treasure your secret. God alone knows what it is. This next one is titled Begin to Beguine. And I had seen, we are members of the Brevard Music Center. We've only gone to one program there, and that was pre-COVID. It was Stravinsky's The Firebird, which was wonderful. But I'm on their mailing list, and I noticed 2 days before the event that there was an evening with Cole Porter. And I said to Anita, do you want to go? She said immediately, yes. So I called the box office, and the man that I got on the phone, Jack, he said, we've been sold out for weeks. And he said, there's a long waiting list, and I'm not even taking names anymore because it's so long. And so I told him, I don't know what I said, but I got kind of inspired. I told him how important Cole Porter was and how important to us and how he's certain of his songs, particularly one, had a profound meaning in our lives. And I don't know, I went on, and it turned out that his supervisor was standing next to him and overheard this. And she said, put them at the top of the list. I was so touched. Anyway, the next day, I received a call, and sure enough, we got the tickets. So we went, and it was a full house. And this poem sort of says everything that I need to say. Begin to Beguine. Last evening, we spent an evening with Cole Porter. A cabaret set on stage with a concert pianist. 13 men and 13 women sitting at tables. Each would sing a cherished Cole Porter song. The subject was human love, the travails, pangs, and sufferings. The composer knew what he was writing. His life was the book from which he wrote. I wondered about the young men and women singing. Yes, they captured the rhythms and nuances. Yet how many had ever experienced the heartbreak, the painful truth behind Porter's words? Then Begin to Beguine was sung. God is love, and love must love. Meher Baba chose this broken man to write about the lover and beloved. Baba put a depth charge in this song. It explodes within the lover's heart, shattering the binds and chains of illusion, leaving a memory evergreen. What is it about lover and beloved? There is no separation when union is attained. Who is saying to whom, "Darling, I love you"? This next one you can imagine Mondley Hall. It's titled Elixir. Our tribal elders told us many stories. I drank deep the draughts of these elixirs. I soon acquired a taste for the bittersweet. Though I have forgotten much, the distillation remains. What was passed between us in that great hall? I remember the silence, the clock slowly ticking. I became a sea creature, scuttling on ocean's floor, a sponge soaking up all and everything. My heart became a camera. I have an album of photos. Every one reveals your beauty. I keep them under lock and key. Sometimes when the conditions are just right, you awaken me in the middle of the night. Is there a crescent moon in the sky? There is no time at times like this. I sit on the side of the bed. I write what I can. No sleep in my eyes. The language is one you gave me when you made me a member of your tribe. I have been faithful, ever faithful, to the trust you reposed in me. I will not say overly much. I will not give away our secret. You are the giver and the taker. I only record what my own lips cannot say. You are the father of my every poem. You are the friend residing within me. You accompany me. You followed me into fields of honeysuckle, through thickets of brambles, across baseball diamonds. You caught my scent like a bloodhound, around hairpin turns, down blind alleys, detours packed with potholes. You tracked me through barrens, into swampy black holes, onto sheets of thin ice, down streets that remain unnamed. You were with me in my agony, when I cried out to you, never even knowing if you were there or not. You shadowed me through brilliant sunlight, through darkness too dark to measure. Like my shadow, you would not part from me. You accompanied me on this trail of tears, through this impossibly illusory world, through this wreck of ruin. You stopped me in my tracks, my rambling days now over. You gave me a home. Your Daman held firmly in my soft hands. Shooting star. There is a shooting star in my heart, white hot, commingling with blood red. I looked to the sky once too often. I raised my hands, inviting your love. I am reconciled to this state of affairs. You gave a gift that keeps giving. The rest of the stars remain in the sky. I carry your love, seared within me. This love has made me deaf and dumb. This world is nothing but a dunce cap anyway. Everything I once thought I knew, torn and sundered, rendered, and then restored. You turn everything upside down until the untrue runs out. Life with you is a balancing act. You are both ends of a tight rope. I cannot reconcile just one thing. You and I are here together. I see you in every thread of the world. Yet, we are still apart. I cannot bear this, and yet I do. I go on talking to you this way. I know you listen to every word I say. I know you hear the silent language of my heart. You make me babble like a child. I have become an innocent before you. What will I say next? Overwhelmed by your shooting star. This last one I wrote yesterday after returning from the doctor, and the news that the doctor gave me wasn't exactly positive, but he said it in such a beautiful way that that I felt Baba was there. Anyway, it's called Refuge. The times I thought I might pass, as in away from this world, as in dead and gone, the mind convinces and distracts. If I wanted to look for signs, I could find them everywhere. A dead bird on my doorstep, a siren in the still of night. I have lived on the outskirts of nowhere. I have lived without an address. Even my name forsook me. My own shadow abandoned me. You gave me refuge. You raised me from the dead. You gave me life in your name. I cannot stop remembering you. You provide me with everything I could ever possibly need. Everything you give is a gift. This separation is bittersweet. This longing is a hurricane. It strips me of myself. I am left bereft and naked. Nothing remains to call my own. Darling, attend to your lover. He has become a rock, a statue. He cannot move a muscle without your sweet glance, without your loving touch. Jai Baba.